Welcome to the first class of the course for this 3-month program. So we're going to start with reconnecting with ourself and what self-awareness is, how we can cultivate and practice that. Yoga practice is like many different branches of a tree of learning to live with presence as a kind of art, you could say. And it depends on maybe the situation or the circumstance, but we can find the presence through our actions, through our understanding, through our love, and also through intuition, deeper looking into ourselves. And the intuition is super important. It's easiest to feel by feeling, right? We start from our feeling. And a lot of what we're going to do throughout this course is to tune into our own feelings of our body and start from that, because our body can be seen as like an antenna or something that receives and sends signals. And your inner experience of your sensations through your mind, your emotions, your physicality, this is how you learn to tune which frequencies you pick up, which frequencies you send out. And there is a communication going on. We're part of a larger process. We're part of something beyond the physical body here. And we can experience through this tuning of ourselves, this bigger process and all of the amazing kind of personal transformations that happen when we realize through this way. So this morning, the first class today, we're going to start a lot on like really mindful breathing exercises. And the first position that we're going to use is just laying down comfortably onto your back. So you can have a full corpse pose or shavasana, the way you're laying down. That's with the legs straight, the arms and the feet splayed out. You might also want to rest with your knees bent and your knees resting together. And we can have our hands onto our belly, maybe belly in the heart. So just take a minute now laying down to close your eyes. And without changing anything intentionally, just be aware and feel the sensation through your hands and into your body. Maybe you can feel the heartbeats, the rise and fall of your body as the breath moves you. You can feel how much of your weight you're letting down into the ground. And throughout your body, notice any strong sensations which may already be noticeable. And just start to deepen your breath as you watch this inner experience. And I'd like you to place both of your hands now more to your lower abdomen, the softer lower regions of the abdomen towards the pelvis. And when you're ready on your inhalations, start to send the breath down to this area, like expanding, opening into the lower abdomen. And as you exhale, just let that breath escape slowly. Breathing out, squeezing the abdomen, optional if you want, but keep it relaxed. And start to feel or imagine as if the movement of your breath and the feeling of your breath is coming into the rest of the body. The expansion into the lower abdomen is moving somehow through the legs, the arms, the head, the heart. Keep noticing, releasing weights, and slowing the breath down. Let the eyes begin to sink and feel more closed through softness, more relaxed through softness of your own body and breath. And now begin to expand this breath, which is starting in the belly, to the ribs. Sliding one hand up to the heart, to the ribs, where it feels natural. Still starting the breath to fill your belly. And as the belly begins to fill, start to fill the lungs, the rib space. When you start to fully fill the lungs, you should feel a little bit as if the chest wants to float or lift away from the floor, lift towards the ceiling when the breath is at its fullness, its maximum. If you feel any tension in the heart space from too much breath, less breath, softer feeling in the heart space with each round. Find your comfortable, relaxed edge. Still feeling through the body. Slowing down more and more. Allowing the body to respond in any way that it may. And now, as we conclude this breath exercise for this last minute or so, fill the lungs to where it feels sweet, where it feels very brimming with the energy of life. And hold your breath there comfortably. Find the fullness of your breath. Feel the energy of the life. Gently caress or hold this breath within you just for a little bit. And then very slowly allow it to escape you. Let it go by itself first. And as you continue exhaling, use your muscles gently to that perfect finish of the exhale. And for this last minute now, make each part of your breath slow and soft. The start of the breath and the finish of the breath. One more minute. If you feel completely easy, hold your breath out after exhale. Just a few seconds. Start the inhale soft. Filling the belly. Once the belly is full, filling the lungs and the ribs. And after the hold, softening to release, allow the breath to escape. body to come to stillness, silence. No, almost with the feeling of like waking up from a nap or your sleep, slowly start to move and stretch yourself, keeping the mindfulness of your breath. Squeeze or reach, pull or bend, move anyway for a moment, just to kind of feel this connected body, this energetic body. And we're going to start to just pull our knees in towards our chest. Gently rock your legs from side to side. For as much of the practice as it's possible, keep focused within your own experience. There may be times when I'll ask during the classes that you'll look to the screen specifically to see some exercise. Other times, keep your focus in your body. You may even close your eyes for some parts, like now. So as we start to bring in movements, what can you notice or feel different or more in your body now? With the knees in, with the movement side to side. Maybe some different pressures in the organs, the sensations on the back, and the pelvic bowl as our sacrum rolls across the ground and onto one hip, one side. Our arms maybe activating to help pull our core, to collect the mass of our body towards the center, and to transfer movement through the body. One or two more times, really super slow. Looking to feel more, sense more through our body. And there tuning into ourself, onto that antenna, to the frequency of balance, the frequency of pureness. Let's come back into our center. Start to take your legs back wherever is comfortable, and then forward bending your knees, hold your thighs. Then we're going to rock all the way up and then back again. So now I want you to slowly, with control, roll on your back, forwards and backwards. Holding the legs, gently keeping some squeezing of the two legs together. Feeling through this movement rolling on our spine, the pressure through the back and the vertebrae, the massage. The fingers gripping to the legs, our wrists, elbows, shoulders. Again, maybe close the eyes. Try to get more trance-like into what you're doing. Try to feel the rhythm. Try to perfect how you move. Trying to clean the action to be smoother. And we're going to slowly sit up and then change to just a cross legs or any comfortable cross leg position. Closing the eyes and resting the hands to your knees. If you'd like, you want to touch one index finger to the tip of each thumb, resting onto the knees. And noticing back to the breath in the body. How does it feel to breathe sitting up compared to laying down? What is the feeling in the head, being upright as compared to laying down? cultivating this mindfulness of sensation and awareness in your body, making it safe and more effective to do the exercises that we may be doing throughout the course. Building through that as we go, but always cultivating this inner mindfulness, this sensitivity to ourselves as we develop through more challenging exercises or positions. Slowly join the two hands at the heart level. So your palms connected, your thumbs resting to your sternum, center of the chest. And connecting to very important principle, two very important principles. Practicing these for yourself first. The way yoga works, the way our experience works, is that you cultivate from within yourself, and then that becomes what you experience. So these two principles, cultivated through the practice, will come and focus on these throughout. Non-violence and peacefulness. For yourself, kindness to yourself. Forgive yourself for anything and everything, and love yourself to be the best that you can be. Sometimes through this yoga practice and this course, we'll talk about things in terms of our personal experience, and sometimes we'll talk about beyond the personality and the ego. It's important to be able to see both, so we know a little more clearly how we're navigating and what we're navigating with. And so start with kindness and love for yourself, non-violence towards yourself, and believing in this moment you are becoming or are the best of yourself. And the only thing that decides that, if it could be decided, is this viewer, this internal experiencer. The second principle is truthfulness, being honest, being real, looking at the reason for the why you feel the way you feel about certain things or everything, investigating yourself, asking yourself questions. Keeping to the plans or the commitments that we make. So in this moment, I hope you'll make this devotion or commitment to yourself to work with these two principles, nonviolence and truth. And as we practice those, expanding outwards into our life, and many teachers and yogis have said that these two principles are the entire essence of the practice. And as we practice Hatha Yoga, refining, concentrating, balancing our bodies, we're becoming more sensitive and subtle to understanding those two principles. With a deep breath, when we're ready, we'll chant universal mantra Om 3 times. Om is the sound. It's the most basic sound that the human can produce without using the tongue or any special vocal techniques. It's the sound of the open mouth becoming the closed mouth. And we feel or experience this sound of Om as being the universal vibration, as being the background harmony of the reality. In your own time with your own breath, with the soft, relaxing sound, feeling, and tune. We'll chant Om 3 times, finishing your exhale. Taking a deep breath in. And keeping in the deep flow of your breath with your next exhalation, you can soften your eyes, your hands, opening the eyes. We're going to start to gently move. Let's come to our hands and to our knees. And place the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, and start to move through the spine. We'll start to move, exhaling to push the back up, and inhaling to drop the belly, lift the chin and the tailbone. And we move our bodies. We're made to move. And if we move every part of our body frequently enough, the body stays mobile, stays light feeling, to feel easy with movements, which we need to do. We need to move no matter what. Actually, we're always moving somehow. But of all the movements, they can feel much easier when we just gently come into the range of motion. So we can start to move energy through the body. Circulation, awareness of our nerve energy in our blood. A few more rounds here. So now really get deeper into the movement as you continue. Start with that same gentle mindfulness. But once we move more, maybe you want to exhale more. Squeeze a little bit more strongly. These kind of movements can be used to help clear the lungs by exhaling stronger, faster. Maybe exhaling through the mouth with a force, like really pushing it all out or dumping all the breath. One more time. And coming back to our neutral spine. Now we're going to point the toes back, send your hips back, and walk your hands out. So we're like in child's pose. We're going to cross our wrists, right hand over the left hand. Still looking forward, take an inhale here. And if you can feel your body, your ribs against your thighs, try to breathe to feel the rib cage expand against the thighs. And then exhale, sinking down. Taking another inhale, looking forward. Exhale, lifting up forward onto your left hand. And take the right hand up. Look up to the right hand. Twist your body open. Inhale, back down. Take your hand behind your left. And then look forward as you set the hips back. Exhale, lift up and turn to your left. Your left arm, reach up and look up. Inhale, down and back through the hips, looking forward. Exhale, forward and turning to the right. Inhaling, down, behind, and back. Exhaling, forward, up, and twist to the left. Keep the knees firmly grounded. As you open and twist your body, feel the connection of your hand and your two knees and how the body rotates through the spine. Inhale. Open and expand the ribs. Exhale. Twist. Let's do two more each side. Inhale, down, back, cross behind. Exhale, up, and twist. One more time each side. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. And exhale, up. And just coming back to table again so we can stay upright. Bring the hands shoulder wide, knees back in. Start to tuck the toes. And then we're going to inhale to lift our knees, maybe a little step back. Keeping the knees bent, down dog. With an exhalation, let the head slowly hang down. Now we can move through the knees bending deeper or less. Inhale less. Exhale, bend the knees and look forward. Push through your body. Inhale, straighten the legs. Kind of round the back. Look up towards your own hips, your own pubic bone or navel. And then bend the knees. Look forward. Keep going. And exhale, push, bend the knees, look. Now little steps, walk forward. Inhale, walk to the front. Bring your feet close together and parallel to one another. There may be a little space between the ankles. Look at your second toe to your center of your ankle joints. 2 parallel lines. And standing in that position, inhale, lift until the back is straight or flat. Push the thighs back, rotate the hips in, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, chest down, head in. Push through your legs, inhale, lift, back to halfway lift or flat back. Exhale, forward bend, bending the knees. Forward anytime you can straighten the legs. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, forward bend. For the last few rounds, keep going. Make sure we lift until the back is fully straight. Feel like the heart or the chest is reaching forward. It's even like a slight back bend. If you feel any bit kind of rounded and that you can't bring your chest more forward, just lift your body higher until it's easy to feel this kind of openness of the heart and the shoulders rolling back. If you can do that lower, any position that you can, and then exhale down to the forward bend. Inhale to your flat back as high as you need to get that straight. Push down through all your toes. And exhale, pull down, curl in, lean forward if possible. Last 2. And when we get the flexibility to fold deeply with legs straight, you can really lean your body weight forward, gripping your toes to go deeper. Last one, inhale to flat back. And exhale to fold. Take the next inhale to lift our body all the way up. So we're going to stand, arms lifting wide, looking up, reaching up. And exhaling, arms down to the sides, turning the palms forward. bringing our body into balance on its axis, on that straight line. And we'll repeat those last two movements just a few times. The lifting of the arms as we inhale, looking slowly up, arching, leaning slightly forward as we lift our heart. And exhale, pulling the body back into its axis of balance, palms open, squeezing gently. So I want you to feel a little bit between your thighs at the end of the exhale. You hug that space between the legs. Maybe very slightly you engage the glute, but make sure that you don't over-engage and do the pelvic tilt to the backside. So last 3 times, slowly, inhale to lift, and exhale. Mountain pose or straight standing balance. Inhale. And exhale. Now I know I said 3 more, but let's keep going. There's a lot more we can find from this. So as we lift and reach, feel all that space that your breath can fill under the arms, under the rib cage, that opening. Reach and fill up as much as you can. Reach through your fingers and through your arms. Last few times, finding your maximum breath, maximum reach. Slower and slower if possible. Last 2 times, and we're going to pause in mountain pose. Pause after this, 2 more. Exhaling down. Last one, up. And exhaling, slowly floating. Close the eyes. Palms open to the front. Feel where the shoulders are. And as a way to encourage keeping the front side of our body open, as this is so important for our emotions, our energy, and so on. Take the same movement of the arms 1 more time or 2 more times, but just try to keep the arms a little bit more back through the shoulders, pulling the body, pulling the shoulders towards the back side. So 1 or 2 more times, the lifts and the back to mountain pose, trying to keep the arms more back. You can even rotate your palms more out instead of forward. So really try to open the space of the heart, turn the palms fully out as you come back into your mountain pose. Let's go for that last one. Inhaling, arms reaching back. Still keeping our wings wide open as we drop the arms, palms out as much as we can, and closing the eyes again. So notice little efforts from our upper back muscles to open the front side of the body. And when it comes to working with the body and transforming the body, sometimes we have to imagine how the efforts changes to achieve a certain result. So in one condition, it may feel a lot of effort or difficult to hold the body in a certain way. But as we practice, we'll more naturally find ourselves in that way, in that condition. And the more frequently we practice, and the longer you focus and engage with the technique, the more deeply you engage with the technique, then the more profound the effect it will have, the more useful it will be. Keeping things in balance, don't get too obsessed with anything. Work on yourself in a way that's enjoyable, that doesn't push yourself too hard. For those types that might burn out easy, or for those that may be hard on themselves emotionally, don't push too hard. Now with an exhalation, open the eyes, bring the hands together to interlace the fingers, and push down through your palms towards the floor, gently pushing straight. Now we're going to take the arms up on the inhale. Keep your chin down. Little bit of a back bend is fine, but not trying to go super deep here. Now look down towards your toes and lift and spread all your toes off of the ground. And as you do this, was there any lateral movement or side to side movement? It may be the case that when you lift your toes, and we are trying to lift just the toes and kind of the arches of the feet as well, and not the ball of the toes. Make sure that you didn't roll the weight to the outside edges of your feet. You still have contact behind the big toe and all the toes lifting and spreading. Then with an exhale, relax the toes, lean a little forward and lift your heels off of the ground. Inhale down and the toes lifting and spreading. Exhale up, heels as high as they can go. Inhale down. Exhale up. And as long as the arms aren't burning or melting down, keep them up, keep them back. Last few rounds here, exhale, heels high. Inhale, heels down, toes up. Switch the interlace of the fingers if you'd like for the last few rounds. Exhale, heels up. Inhale, heels down, toes up. Exhale, heels up as high as they can go. Squeeze the inner midline of the space between the legs. Inhale down, toes up. Exhale, heels up. Hold. Slowly exhale, heels down, hands together, slowly bringing the arms very slowly down. Close the eyes, hands passing slowly to rest at the heart again. Keeping the shoulder mindfulness, where are the shoulders? Where is the pelvis? Where are the ankles? And where are your 10 toes? Feel your 10 toes. And with an exhale, soften your hands. And we'll continue to move. And we're going to do a few rounds of basic Sun Salutations. So start, if you aren't already, at the front of your mat so you have space behind you. Finish your exhalation. We're going to inhale to lift our arms, chest again. Exhaling down to your forward bend, all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down and walk back. And we're going to break it down a little slower in the beginning. So the next movements, we're going to inhale backwards, almost like that child's pose earlier, but now our hands are uncrossed. And then exhale forward, past your wrist and bend your arms. Some of you may bend a little bit, some of you may be bending a lot, but keep your body in line. Let's do that a few times. Inhaling back. Exhale, keeping the shoulders back, just like when we were standing, as we move forward and bend the arms. Pushing up and then back again. And if you have a hard time to push yourself back up, don't go quite so low. One more time. Exhaling forward. Inhaling. Lift your chest. Drop your feet. Look up. So we're on our knees here and pushing strongly down through our arms. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Now exhale. Push yourself back again. And we're going to come to that down dog again. Knees bent if you'd like. Think of bringing the chest towards the thighs and reaching your tailbone up. And that doesn't look like too big of a difference. It would be hard to notice looking at somebody else's body. But if you want to check on the screen for a real quick moment, drop the knees down. So what we're talking about is whether the tail is more rounded down or lifting up, right? And when we're in our position, you might not see it go very far, but I want you to feel the difference of engaging your muscles as if your tailbone is going to go right up to the ceiling. Okay, and then let's exhale to bend the knees more, look forward. Inhale, take small steps. Walk up to the front of your mat and come to flat back again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up all the way. And exhale, mountain, standing straight, palms open. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, come to flat back. Exhale, hands down, walk back, right into the push-up position. Exhale, forward, bending the arms. Inhale, lift the heart space, push the floor away, look up. And exhale, push back to downward facing dog again. Breathe here for a few breaths. Welcome to close the eyes. Feel the structure of your body and the breath flowing through it. If it's hard to feel the breath flowing, make the pose easier or exaggerate your breath. Breathe a little bit more volume, more dynamically. Next, exhale, bend the knees halfway. Inhale, walk to the front, coming to flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Grip the toes, lean forward. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Raise the arms. And exhale, arms by your side, mountain pose. Hug the inner thighs, open through the heart space, shoulders back. Again, inhaling, lifting up, reach. And exhaling, forward and fold down. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, walking back, low push-up. Exhale, knees down, elbows bending as we go forward. Inhale, chest up. And exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Breathe, relax. Calm the nervous system. Next, exhale, bend the knees halfway. Inhale, walking, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, mountain pose. And finish with 2 more rounds. Inhale to lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, flow push up. Inhale, chest up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. And calm the nervous system. Next exhalation, bend the knees. Inhale, walk to the front. Come to flat back, reach forward to the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your body. Reach up, more reach. Exhaling, hands at the sides. Balance. And last rounds. Inhale. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, chest lifting. And exhale, pushing back. Downward dog, breathing. Slowing down. Lengthening the exhale as much as you can. And as this is the last down dog, let's stay a little longer. See how much you can exhale in the pose. Find the comfortable edge of how much you can exhale. Last 2 breaths. And next, exhale, child pose. Bring the knees down, toes point back, hips back, and forehead down. Slowly and gently release your weight into the ground. Feel the echo, the afterglow or after feeling from what you've been doing. It's also very important to understand every experience we have will create an echo through the system. Something will persist for a while. And this echo, these effects, this creates tendencies and patterns. So it's very good to be aware, to notice sensations, notice where our experience is at, what feelings are speaking to you from inside yourself. From here, we'll slowly come back to seated cross legs. Sit closer to the front so you have space to lay down behind you. Again, sitting in a comfortable cross-legged pose. Index and thumbs connected. closing the eyes. There are many ways to engage or initiate into the process of awareness. Feel your body, and from this capacity, this potential, this opportunity to experience deeper and to feel your life more fully. And you and me and all people, we all have processing. How do we filter and digest the experiences that happen to us? And just like when we eat food, there's a certain frequency and amount which we can process in a healthy way. But a little less like food is how you engage with this process, how personally invested or casually exploring or calmly knowing. And the yogic experience tends to lead us towards a calm, unspoken knowing, a feeling of being connected in the right place, in the right way, at the right time, all the time. When that isn't our experience and there are things to process, the yoga practice improves that digestion of our experiences. And our wisdom in choosing where we take ourselves and how deeply or shallow we take experiences into ourselves. Recognize your own mind's perspective. Ego is one of the most powerful things about experience. It defines your experience. And it's through disciplining this faculty that we can see to that deeper knowingness, that unspoken knowingness, as a way to initiate into this yogic process and to have a way to start from somewhere again and again. I ask you now to bring your attention towards the space of your forehead, towards this third eye energy center. And through this space, find and feel the deepest connection to yourself and all the things which are connected to that. In other words, observe through this lens of consciousness. Maintaining stillness of the body, smoothness and easiness of the breath. Melting and relaxing tensions. sending energy into key places. Sending energy to nourish healthy processes. Through this lens of consciousness and attention. Your attention is your most powerful asset. And your attitude coloring the way you experience what you put your attention on. Putting energy into beautiful processes to nourish yourself, whether it be body, emotions, mental faculties, higher conscious awareness beyond the mundane. With a devotional mindset, sending a signature of this pure energy to the universe, offering what you have received, completing a circle, resolving a story, but still living to write and be creative and to discover the new surprises. Let's place our hands together to our hearts once again, and with full self-love and gratitude, with thankfulness to the universe, to the source, to the chain of knowledge and teachers past, received by us, and flowing outwards through our bodies, our minds, through forms, through time. May we experience all beings connected equally. And bless you and thank you for joining this class and this course. I wish the best for you in this new practice, or this coming deeper into your practice. And that will conclude the first class today. It may be a good idea, if you would like, after the video, to stay in a seated meditation or to lay down for relaxation. Again, as the first class, this will be quite gentle. For those of you who already have a strong physical practice, we will be building and adding variations, options, and such as we continue through the course. But I hope we all feel and remember how important that foundation of awareness is, of mindfulness, and that yoga practice, when we understand what it means, doesn't require any specific physical exercises. In fact, it doesn't require physical exercises. However, when you have a body, there's things we can do with it, and they can be quite helpful. So I hope you will find that as your case. And please give me guys some feedback, how you enjoyed the class, what you liked, what you didn't like. Anytime, I'm always working to provide more clarity in the practice. This is what's important to me first. And everything else is the joy of exploring all of this universe with each other. So have a great day and see you in the next one. Cheers.